Hi, this is Tara with Gear Oils, and I wanted to do another quick holistic health minute. And I wanted to do this one on selective listening. That is part of holistic health because holistic health is really the body, the mind, and the spirit that you're addressing. And that one is a very mindful practice that's great for self-care. But I also wanted to showcase this amazing hat. So this hat is by Gears and Roebuck, and she makes these amazing creations. The little pin on there is not from her, but I just put it on there to show that a lot of her hats and things you can put pins and other things on there. So I will put a link up for her. And again, this is from Gears and Roebuck. So selective listening, there are some oils that you can use that will help with that, but I know it's kind of a confusing term, so I did want to kind of go over that a little bit. It's really when you're hearing a lot of information, like you're watching the news and they're talking about COVID-19 and they're talking about a lot of medical research that's being done. You can get overwhelmed by hearing everything that's going on in the media right now. So it's a great idea to practice selective listening where you're able to take one or two things that you can kind of focus on and you can pinpoint and you can put in like your mental file. And then you can file that away for later when you want to open that file back up, you want to do research on it, you want to come to a place that you're at peace with whatever topic that was. So when you're using selective listening, it's also really important to be using that if you're back in the workplace and you're kind of in a toxic environment. So a lot of people have gone back into the workplace. They have coworkers that are saying a lot of negative news. They're saying a lot of negativity that they're hearing about COVID-19, or they're just talking about, they're in a negative space. And so you don't want to be picking up all that information and all that negativity and ingesting that into who you are and letting it bring you out of a place of peace. So you want to make sure that you're really listening and maybe taking one or two key things, if anything at all, about the person or the individual, and then distancing yourself or whatever you need to do so you can go ahead and get that peace of mind back. But you don't have to be picking it up and letting it swim in your head. I've talked to a lot of people that have asked me, what do they do for that peace of mind and that peaceful feeling, because they feel like they're swimming with all this information and all this stress, and they've got monetary stressors and stress of their kids, and all of that is just kind of swimming in their mind. So when you're doing some selective listening, you're really just taking one or maybe two things from every conversation or everything that you're hearing, if anything at all. So it's pretty much you pick out what you need and you leave the rest. And then also there are people that are living in a toxic environment in their homes. So if you're having someone that's constantly like in a narcissistic relationship, they're putting you down, they tend to be like draining your energy. If you're unable to get out of that relationship or you're just not there emotionally, you can practice selective listening to where you're just kind of, taking whatever information that you need from that person, but you're not picking up the emotional abuse. You're not taking anything that they're saying negatively about you to heart. So you're pretty much just able to distance yourself or, get yourself out of that mindset where everything that they're saying is something that you need to keep as your own. So that's really what I was meaning with that. A couple oils that help with that is the heart chakra oil. That particular one helps to heal the heart. It helps with any kind of heartbreak. It helps with any kind of grief. It's a great one to use if you're having a hard time being kind to yourself and using the tools, or being kind to others. So that's a really great blend to use right now. The Mood Boost oil, I don't know if you can see behind me, but I do have my diffuser running right there. So my Mood Boost oil is what I have in my diffuser because it has a lot of citruses in it. It helps you kind of elevate your mood. So that one's a great one to help with any type of positivity. Then also another oil that's great would be the meditation oil. So meditation is really a good thing to do right now. That does help you listen to yourself. It helps you get more in touch with yourself. It helps you make those choices of being selective in your listening a lot easier, because you're able to really decipher what you need in yourself in order to be the best and healthiest you. So that's a really great one. And then the last one is my focus oil. So my focus oil has a lot of rosemary with other oils in it, but that rosemary essential oil in studies has shown to illuminate the prefrontal cortex. So that particular oil is great to get your brain on task, to let your mind focus in on whatever you need to focus in on, and kind of decipher between what's toxic that you're hearing out there in the world and what is not. So again, this is Tara with Gear Oils, and thank you for listening, and please stay healthy, happy, and safe.